Mackay McNamara and Hank Gaskell, Joe Chappelle alongside 1989 world champion Martin Potter. An exciting day of action, Potts, as we had a solid swell on hand. It was few and far between as far as big numbers were concerned. The highlight was Joel Centeo's 10-point ride in the opening round.
Absolutely right, Joe. It was one of those really testy days. You know, Pipeline didn't really cooperate towards the later part of the day, but we saw some amazing rides nonetheless. Jamie O'Brien, Reef McIntosh in the finals. So there's a couple of young bloods in there as well. It was an exciting day of surfing. Obviously, the 4 remaining surfers really did deserve it. It was one of those super tricky days of pipe.
Well, anticipating a huge final clash in just a moment from now. We'll get the official word from Kieran Perot, but now we'll take the time to introduce some very special guests. World number 1, 2, and 3, Gabriel Medina, Mick Fanning, and Kelly Slater joining us on the desk. Thanks so much for being with us, guys.
Howdy.
As we check out the scene, first of all, congrats to all of you on such a stellar year on tour. It's been so amazing to watch. And first, starting with Gabriel Medina. Gabriel, you had such an amazing year. So many firsts, being the first Brazilian to take out Snapper, Fiji, and Tahiti. That has to feel so amazing for you to represent Brazil in such an amazing way this year.
Oh, of course. I had a great year. I won 3 events, and that was pretty big for me, you know, and it's been amazing. I've been surfing a lot of good waves. Chopo was amazing. I've been traveling a lot, and it's been really fun.
Well, the big thing about this big breakthrough year for yourself, there's been a lot of attention on you. It's been a nightly story in Brazilian news media. Has this new attention kind of added more pressure? And would you say, if so, is that pressure kind of contributed to your performance during the European leg?
I don't really care, you know. Like, I don't read all of them. I know it's been a lot of things going on, and not pressure. As I said, I don't really care, you know. I'm just doing my job. I just want to surf good every single event and do my best. And competition is like this. You win some, you lose some. Portugal happened, you know, this, and it's not always you're going to win, so it happens.
All right, so we're going to kick into the next question is for Mick Fanning. Mick, first of all, congratulations on an unbelievable year, mate. You've matched Medina with 3 wins.
Yeah, it's been a great year actually. You know, any year you get to win an event is a big one, but you know, to win 3 of them, it's been an awesome, fun year, and you know, everyone's been going next level. It's been awesome.
Mick, you know, you obviously got 3 world titles under your belt. Not able to back those up. What's the difference going into a year winning a world title as opposed to trying to defend a world title?
Yeah, it's very different, you know. It just seems, you know, when you're going for one, you just seem super hungry, and you're just sort of like, I don't know, you put everything on the back burner, and then the following year, you know, you got so many more obligations to uphold, and you know, a lot of media, a lot of functions you got to do, and but also too, you're always trying to you know, improve in different areas, and you know, sometimes you put extra pressure on yourself, and sometimes you just you know, sometimes things just don't go your way. But yeah, I've had fun.
Well, thanks, Mick. This next question for Kelly. Before we get started, Kelly, can you tell us how your foot's feeling? Have you been surfing on it?
I have been surfing. Had surfed 2 nights ago, and then I surfed again yesterday and today, and each session's gotten longer. To be honest, I was about 4 days ago, I was telling Mick I was pretty worried. My bones have healed, but I have a little bit of turf toe. Actually, quite a bit of turf toe, but the front foot, luckily it's my front foot because the foot's just planted and I don't have to surf off the toe. And, you know, hyperextending my toe past about 45 degrees is really scary, but, you know, I've surfed a few hours now, and I'm actually surprised how good it feels.
Well, real quick, as we have you here, Kelly, we just want to mention you're in a similar position to what you were in last year with a shot to win this thing. Do you feel that's going to benefit your competition, knowing you just have to win the whole thing? Does that make it easier for you in any way?
Well, it definitely, I know what I have to do. There's no middle ground anywhere, you know. It's not like, oh, if I get 3rd and this guy loses, you know, there's none of that for me. I got to win the contest. These guys, you know, I think Mick's the one who doesn't quite know what he has to do. Gab knows what he has to do. You know, hopefully we get good waves, and it's really exciting. And if we can somehow poke some needles into the voodoo doll, and if we can make Gabriel somehow lose like he never does, and Mick and I have a shot, it could be really interesting. But I think we're all hoping for good quality waves and a lot of opportunity. Today was a tough day of competition for these guys in most of these heats. There's a lot of sand in the channel. I heard Ross talking about it before. There was this current kind of sweeping across from the west, but that current is double backing out to Gums and pulling the sand back out in the channel at Pipe. So, you saw what happened to Billy Kemper earlier with that lip on the head trying to straighten out, and the things are just going below sea level right there in that channel. And if you don't have one that's just perfectly open and bending from the west, you're not going to make it out of the wave. So we're going to have to be looking at backdoor and trying to scrape together maybe some of the opportunities on smaller waves, and just hoping for more west swell so we get the angle.
All right, thanks, Kelly. The next question is for Gabriel. Gabe, mate, for young athletes aspiring to follow the path that you have, what advice would you give them on managing the pressure and the responsibilities of being a professional surfer?
It's kind of hard to tell them that, like, what they should do. But I don't know, just try to do your job, try to surf as good as you can, train hard, and just do everything right. If you want to reach your goal, you have to do everything that helps you to reach it. So do everything right. Try.
Thanks, Gabriel. Next question for Mick Fanning. Mick, you've won 3 world titles, already proven yourself as one of the best of all time. I mean, from our perspective, it looks like you've improved significantly, especially in heavy water waves, winning Tahiti in the past, finaling in Fiji in a semifinal last year out here, which helped you win that 3rd world title. Would you agree that you've improved in these heavy conditions? And if so, what would you attribute that success to?
Thanks, Joe. I think, from when I first got on tour to where I am now, I hope I've improved. Otherwise, I'll just be going backwards. But no, it's just a matter of putting in time, and you're not going to get better just sitting on the beach watching. And so, I had to take a lot of beatings, a lot of closeouts over the years. But yeah, I feel like I'm getting better, and hopefully can obviously not as good as I really want to be, but we still keep fighting.
Kelly, mate, if Gabriel is successful here in clinching the 2014 ASP World title, he'll be the first 20-year-old to do so since you accomplished that in '92. Your thoughts on that?
It's awesome. It's I think it's scary how good Gabriel has been. From the moment he got on the tour, really 2.5 years ago, he won 2 of his first 4 events on tour. It's a standard no one's ever set before. He's met all the challenges and surpassed people's expectations. That's when a guy like that comes along, it's scary for his competitors, and it's also motivating for guys who want to challenge him and be in that position too. So I know that for myself, and I'm sure for Mick, it's caused us to reassess some things, and from equipment to approach to maneuvers, all that, and. He's won front side, he's won backside in a wave that's been dominated by forehand guys. He won on his forehand in waves that have been dominated by backhand guys at Chopu and in Fiji also. So there's he's really pushing a standard that we all have to also step up to or try to surpass and try to make him in turn catch up to us. That's how it goes. If you watch Tour de France or something like that, there's always one guy who's kind of pushing ahead and everyone's trying to catch up to him, and it's really hard for a guy to pull a Tiger Woods and pull so far ahead of everyone else that it looks like everyone as a group has to catch him, as opposed to he's just battling with a bunch of individual guys. I can't say enough. I mean, look, we're going to go into competition. I'm going to do everything I can on my end to win, and use all the knowledge and physical and mental abilities I have to win. But I'm not in control of what he does or what Mick does, and we saw that last year. I didn't have a chance to try and go head to head with Mick, which would have been great. I would have liked to get it over right then. Let's just get on the mat and go, but. You got to. That's the way the seeding is, and it's a year-long thing, and every year inevitably you get to the end of the year and you wish you had done something different along the way, something you just slipped up on, and it could change everything.
Well, thanks a lot, first of all, for just putting on an epic show for Kelly, Mick, Gabriel. It's been so fun to watch. Good luck and good waves for the Pipe Masters. Thanks for taking the time for us.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
Thanks, guys.
And now